So recently it was named that Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
You? How could you?
Okay, now that leaves Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders left over on the team. Okay, now we know that most teams are usually going to rock with 3 quarterbacks, not 4. Okay, currently right now, Shedeur Sanders is the number 4 quarterback on the depth chart. All right, Kenny Pickett is, hey, he's a seasoned veteran. I would say he's a below average quarterback. Okay, so it's safe to say he's number 2. Dylan Gabriel, for whatever reason, they have him as number 3. You would think they would put him on the practice squad, not that he would get perched. Now, if the Cleveland Browns are smart, they will put Shedeur as number 3, not on the practice squad, because he will get perched by another team. I'm calling it. And today we're going to name several teams in the NFL that could potentially grab Shedeur Sanders from a Cleveland Browns practice squad. Okay, several teams. We're even going to talk about their roster and how this is totally possible. Totally possible. So I need everybody to do a couple things. Meet me in the comment section. Comment below your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Ew, what a crappy sports take, Doug. Let me know. Or maybe you actually may even agree with me 110%. Also, hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. Supporting the channel really goes a long way for me, man. So thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. So starting off, the scenario is going into the regular season. Shedeur, he makes the team, but on the practice squad. That I do see happen. I do not see a world where they keep all 4. Okay, I don't see. I mean, it's crazy because look how many people bought Shedeur Sanders jerseys. So it's gonna get really, really interesting. Let's go. Let's get into it. The first team that I have that I think would actually be a great fit for Shedeur Sanders, possibly the best fit, would be the New York Jets. Okay, this is who they currently have. They have Brady Cook. He's a rookie coming out of Missouri. I actually saw him play at the Hula Bowl. The guy was getting destroyed out there. But if you watch his highlight reel, Brady Cook's actually a really good quarterback, but definitely not better than Shedeur. Then we got Justin Fields. Love the guy. Love his testimony. He's been real outspoken about his Christian faith. And look, it's weird because Justin Fields will make these Patrick Mahomes type throws, and he makes also these Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell type throws and decisions as well too, man. Accuracy is just continually to be an issue for him from what I see so far. Then they got Adrian Martinez, who then of course Tyrod Taylor. I could see a world where Shedeur Sanders comes in and starts for the Jets. Okay, may not be right away, but I could take and see that definitely taking it happening. The next team I want to take and talk about is going to be the New Orleans Saints. NOLA, baby. That's my wife's favorite team. Look, man, it's no secret. They got a kind of a quarterback carousel going on right now. They got Jake Haener, Spencer Rattler, who is improving. Seeing him connect, with a few of those targets, man, he looked better than last year. So we'll see what happens. Mason Tipton, that receiver, has been eating on that offense. That's my guy, friend of the show. Then there's Tyler Show as well too. A lot of people don't like him. Again, he's a rookie. Like, these guys are developing, man. But as NFL season goes on, get your guy. So there may be a team who reaches for him. Who knows what takes and happens. But the Saints would be my number 2 team. Number 3 team that I take and I have here is going to take and be the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was linked to them. There was a big interest in him. Again, well, I should say rumors, because I really don't know if they were really interested in. But they got Logan Woodside. Okay, he's a 5-year veteran. Skylar Thompson. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, in case you didn't see the banner in the background. Skylar is he's a mid-court. He's a below mid quarterback. He can get you by sometimes, but very underwhelming during the regular season. Then you got Mason Rudolph, and you know what you're getting him. He's an 8-year vet, though. Then, of course, you got 21-year vet Aaron Rodgers, who has not played, who's barely played football in the last 2 seasons. So there's that, okay? Don't forget, they have Will Howard. Look, there's a possibility he could end up on this team, but I see it being a situation where they have a mudslide of injuries. Okay, that's the only way I see Steelers happening, but totally possible. I'm interested to see how Will Howard pans out for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because he could potentially be a franchise guy later down the road. Who knows? Very interesting. Good problems to have if you're a Steelers fan, right? And then the last team I want to take and talk about today It's going to be none other than the Indianapolis Colts. This team is rough, man. But they have some good players, and they had a pretty good draft. Right now, it was announced today, Daniel Jones is the starting QB. Man, this guy won't go away. Not that I wish any harm on him. I'm just saying he's just not that guy. He's not that guy. Jason Bean, interesting, man. Loved him at Kansas. Not sure how his NFL career will pan out. I think he's going into year 2 of being in the NFL. More of kind of a mobile quarterback, but not the best like pocket passer, but was great in college. Then you got Riley Leonard, decent QB coming out of Notre Dame. And then, of course, Anthony Richardson, who is recovering from a broken finger. So who could be a starter later on. That's another team that I do have. Matter of fact, I'm going to take and replace them with the Steelers. We'll put Steelers in number 4, and we'll put them as number 3, the Colts. So those are the teams that I take and I have could be potential suitors for Shedeur Sanders if he gets put on a practice squad, because he's going to get taken by somewhere. He could not only move tickets, and that's all in well, but what matters is the guy's a winner. And he's been nothing but humble. Even with the whole Dillon Gabriel, and I actually kind of love Dillon Gabriel popping off at the mouth. I love a good old rivalry. A lot of people really pissed off. Oh, how old professional. Man, it's football, man. Stop being a Sally. But look, I think Shedeur goes to another team. And I feel for all the people, as I said in the beginning of the episode, who took and bought Shedeur Sanders jerseys. And they're so excited. They're so excited for Shedeur to be a Cleveland Brown. Very excited, right? So I don't know, man. You guys, let me know your thoughts on what you think. I could see him playing for the Gang Green, the Jets. If I had to pick 2 teams at this, I would say it's between the Jets and the Colts. I think it would be great, and he goes in and he wows. And this is the thing about the NFL, man. If you're Anthony Richardson, bro, you think last year might be your last full year being a starter in the NFL. That's how ruthless the NFL is. But it's so ruthless that a guy like Shedeur Sanders could take and be drafted on day 3 of the draft. You know what I mean? On a team that had already drafted a QB. You know what I mean? Technically, they got 5 quarterbacks if you count Deshaun Watson. So, I don't know. The Cleveland Browns are a mess, man. I hope they keep Shedeur Sanders as number 3. Put Dillon Gabriel on the practice squad, okay? Ain't no teams reaching for Dillon Gabriel. And he'll still be there so you can kick the wheels on him later, just as insurance, just in case if something happens, okay? Dillon Gabriel didn't play too bad. I mean, he had the 2 interceptions and a fumble, but I give him probably like a C- out of how he played. He played pretty good. You know, he had 180-some yards, right? So I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I live in the Orlando area, so when he, years ago, of course, before he was at Oregon, he was playing for UCF, so not a bad QB. You just always kind of knew what you were going to get with Dillon, right? And how much will that progress to the NFL with his size, especially? For him to be successful, he needs all the tools in the toolbox to be successful, right? And the Browns definitely don't have that, right? So, anyway, I'm done ranting. Comment below. Guys, hit the bell for the alerts. I usually do 2 to 3 videos, specialty videos like this throughout the week. And as we get into December, I start one of the biggest, best NFL draft series on the internet. That's right, folks. I have the actual players coming on the show. Matter of fact, if you're a Browns fan, shout out to D'Artagnan Tinsley. He's currently a UDFA on the Cleveland Browns. I've actually interviewed him before. Great guy. Even got to see him in person over at the Hula Bowl. Super great dude. So, anyway, God bless you guys. Jesus loves you. Go do something nice for somebody. And I'll see you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Peace. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.